Hey, Shalom, Call Allah, Yahweh Shem Shai Bashim Chakodash, Deliverance Apostles Great Millstone, and Shalom to brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we are finding that number to be delivered. All right. So as of late, we've been all going into the fact that the least of the flock is drawing them out, and which is true, right? And we're seeing it, every day with different, different happenings over in the East, right? So, as I was watching some news clippings and articles, I had got to thinking about, the least of the flock drawing them out. And now, not only is the least of the flock drawing them out, militarily, but it's also, people are also being drawn out here in America on a different type of level. All right. So if you've been keeping up with what's going on, all these colleges and universities, the students are now protesting. Now, whether they're for the least of the flock or against the least of the flock, one thing is for certain, they're all being drawn out because of the least of the flock, right? And it rings true with the scriptures. The least of the flock will draw them out. And people are not only being drawn out militarily, but also civilian wise. All right. So here you have the George Washington University, the City University of New York, UPenn, Ohio State University, and UC Los Angeles, Fordham University, UC Santa Barbara, UC Irvine. All right. Cornell University, Northeastern University, Emory University, Northeastern University. See, in a few of these colleges are right here in Boston. All right. But the point being made is that all these people who are coming together on these college campuses, again, whether they're for the least of the flock or against the least of the flock, they're all being drawn out. All right. And this is during the time period where a lot of these colleges are going to be closing up, for the summertime coming up or what have you. So this isn't going to end here, because now I believe it's going to spill over, into the regular so-called communities, if you will. All right. It's taking place on these college campuses, and these college students, they're all up in arms, setting up tent cities and so on and so forth. This is exactly what the scriptures are speaking of. All right. Now, it's funny because a lot of these students who are coming out, these are pretty prestigious colleges we just read off. So a lot of them are willing to risk their so-called future, by means of being expelled if they don't stop the activities of protesting and tent cities and all that other nonsense. All right. But it just goes to show you that, this thing is really happening. All right. It just goes to show you this thing is really starting to happen. So from here, as we always do read, and we'll start off with Jeremiah 49:20 says, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken up against Edom, and his purpose that he has purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." All right. So all these people being drawn out because of the least of the flock. All right. And this is just here in America. Now, the American people, they can't mind their business. They can never mind their business. They always got to be involved or take part or be some type of initiator, right? Looking to, get their faces and their voices to be heard. This is what the American people, this is how they thrive. They can never leave well enough alone. Well, because they have been given that freedom to do so here in this country, they now believe that, their voices are the demanding voice that are going to change the world. And again, a lot of these people are not taking into consideration the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai being the progenitor of all this, right? So as we see the least of the flock drawing them out, all these things are now starting to come to pass. All right, and again, it's going to start spilling over into the regular communities. And these people in these protests, they've already been getting arrested. The police are setting up all types of SWAT teams and all kinds of nonsense. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands." All right. And the thing that a lot of these people don't understand is that this thing is starting to come into the realm of it being, biblically prophesied. And what I mean by that is the upcoming events that are going to be taking place. They're going to be serious, man. The spirit of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is about to start kicking this thing off, man. And it's about to get real serious. A lot of these protesters right now, what you're seeing, they're just, out there trying to get along, to go along, to be a part of something. They're talking about being a part of history and all this other nonsense. Well, it's going to come at the cost of people's lives here, right here in this country, man. Right here in this country. And then they're going to think twice when people start dropping like flies. When Esau has the green light to start mowing people down. Then they're going to start thinking twice about, the things that they've done, and they should have minded their own damn business. All right? Because if you don't know what's really going on, you should be admonished and keep your business to yourself. Verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another." And like I said earlier, this could very well be the start of all this. And again, seeing that the least of the flock has these people in this position right now, I believe this is the start. Because it's only going to magnify even more as these so-called summer months come around. As these wars start heating up even more. Okay? And it says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And what not, what better thing to have to go down than what's actually taking place right now. All right? You can protest about, the Rodney King and, whatever those cats, all these, because, with that whole Black Lives Matter movement, now all of a sudden everybody wants to march and protest because a black man was killed by white cops and, but that is child's play to compare to what you think you're protesting for now, man. You go out there running around, defying the local law enforcements and the military, but this thing's going to get deadly serious out here. Why? Because this is prophesied. Now you're going up against what the prophecies are. Right? When these cats was getting gunned down in the streets and the cops killing it, whatever, that wasn't biblical prophecy. All right? So the realm that these people about to enter into now, man, is a spiritual, the heavenly realm, the spiritual realm of what's going on. Okay? It said, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." You see, if you watch these protests, and I was watching it on the news this afternoon, how, the police were blocking all kinds of, entrance ways. They were arresting people and doing, setting up local little little command posts where they weren't allowing people to do certain things. All right, and that's just happening at the college campuses. When this thing starts to spill over into the general population and in the general communities, then you're gonna start really seeing some shit go down. Okay? This ain't no game, man. This is no game. This thing is really about to go down. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. We always talk about how when the breakdown of a society is in place and there's no more protection for people to fall back on, this is what's going to happen. People are going to be afraid. All right? People are going to be in trouble. People are going to lose their life. These are the times that we're coming in. All right? The scriptures speak about the beginning of sorrows. And then the question is going to be asked when all these things start coming to pass. The question is going to be asked, all this because of what was going on over in the East. All this because, the least of the flock was being treated, unfairly, so to say. Or if you look at it from another token, all this because the least of the flock believe that they deserve better treatment. Let me tell you this, man. Ain't nobody came out for any other nation of people. And this is how you understand and know that this is biblical prophecy. When the so-called Negroes is going through shit, ain't nobody came out protesting. Nobody came out looking to, give them some type of, reparation. Even when the so-called Mexicans, Issachar, even when they was, coming over to the States, some, fence and border and all that other nonsense, ain't nobody stood up for them and said, hey, we gotta fight for these people. All right? So things are about to get wild, man. Things are about to get really wild out here. And when the breakdown of society does actually fully happen, then you're going to see that, as it says here in verse 18, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and men shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is what the least of the flock is going to do here in Babylon. It's going to draw you people out, okay? As we see it's doing, it's going to draw you people out, only to further break down the society of what this place really is. All right? So a lot of things are going to start happening. Things are going to start speeding up even more. The implementation of certain things are going to be put in place. The dissolving of certain things are going to be dissolved. It's about to get serious, man. It's about to get serious. All right. So I just wanted to bring this quick one out, just to show the importance of what's happening with this so-called least of the flock and drawing people out. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.